Gabriel is a master at scaling to 7 figures, and in today's video, he gives away everything. He breaks down the step-by-step blueprint that goes over exactly what to say on a sales call. And you won't believe this, but he's gonna give away the absolute greatest niche of all time to start in the agency space in 2024. Sit back, get comfortable, and let's dive in. All right, guys, so we are back for another episode of the Agency Lab show, and we've got a very special guest, Gabriel, who scaled his solar agency to 300K a month?
300K a month.
Wow, man. And how long did it take you to do that?
6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Dude, I did not know that. I thought it was a little bit long.
No, we launched it in January of 21, 7 months, and we...
Oh, sorry, one more month.
7 months. Yeah. January of 21, at the end of that, we took on our first client, and we hit 300K.
Wow, that's wild, man. And then you went on to actually exit and sell your agency to a solar company, right?
Yep, so shut it down, sold and merged it up with the company I'm a partner at now, New Sun Power, and I run all of their marketing. I run their outbound appointment generating call center for lead gen, and we've launched their inside sales team. And as we closed out this month, we did 150 deals.
Wow, man. Yeah, I saw we were talking over Zoom, and you showed me the whole office, and you have like a really serious operation. Like, it's no joke. Like, you have an entire sales floor, kind of like Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, it's straight up the boiler room in there.
Yeah, like
no
it's
Zoom,
legit.
Straight over the phone, closing deals, $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 contracts over the phone.
That's wild.
That's what we do.
And I think most people in solar don't do that. Like, it's very hard to pull off, right?
No, like we have over 1,000 door-to-door reps in the company, and they'll
1,000?
1,000 plus. Yeah, we're the largest dealer in America. So
can you explain what a dealer is?
Yeah, so in solar, you've got financers, people who cover the cost for people to go solar. Traditionally, nobody pays any money up front in 2023 to go solar. And then you have installers who install the systems. And very rarely will the installers have direct teams. A company like Sunrun would be an example of an entity that did everything front to back, financing, installing, and has their own direct sales force. A dealer kind of connects the financers and the installers in a sense, or the customers and the installers in a sense, and says, hey, I've got this customer, they want to go solar. And what we do at New Sun, in what we pride ourselves on, is optionality. So we're partnered with 4, 5, 6 major installers in every single market. We'll shop the best rate, kind of like Priceline of solar style, for the homeowner. And hey, okay, the best rate came back from this installer with this finance company. That's the one that we're going to recommend to the homeowner.
Wow, that's cool, man. Super interesting. So before we get into like the weeds of solar and stuff, like, let's take a step back. How did you get into the agency game? It sounds like you went in, scaled it in 7 months to 300K a month, and then exited. How long did you end up running the agency for?
Had the agency for right about 1.5 years. And got into it, started out my first agency in the beginning of 2020, right when COVID happened.
Solar or different niche?
Restaurant. So I started, first agency was a restaurant. So prior to that,
after COVID hit or before?
Like literally launched it the month of COVID hitting. Pre-planned, for sure. Prior to that, I did door-to-door sales for 6 years for a company called Vivint. Put out the #1 new rep in the #1 division in the #1 region in the company.
So you were already in solar?
No, that was alarms. So I sold alarms door to door for 5 years, managed 3 years, put out #1 new rep 3 years in a row, back to back to back. And at that point, I don't know, have you ever knocked doors?
No, not door to door.
It's not fun. So
at least not to homeowners. You know,
yeah.
I've gone to businesses, you know, things like that, but also not at scale. It's like, hey, let's go to a few businesses today, like when we were starting our agency.
Yeah, knocking hundreds of doors, thousands of doors, tens of thousands of doors in my career and selling alarm systems to the homeowners, it's not that fulfilling. So when I'm sitting at a business conference, it was at 10X GrowthCon, the third one in Miami, and it's just billionaire after billionaire after billionaire, Russell Brunson, Ty Lopez, Cardone, talking about how much money they're making online. I was doing well at the time. I was 23 years old, making $250,000 a year, working 4, 5, 6 months out of the year and had a nice little residual and 500 grand in stock options and walked on all of it, bought Russell Brunson's $3,000 ClickFunnels course and decided I was going to go do something online. Didn't own a computer at that time.
Computer?
No. Could barely send an email
Seriously?
from my phone. Yeah. It was the least tech
Because I guess it's just all
ever.
door to door.
Yeah. You just knock. You just knock. Have an iPad, but that's not going to do you anything in the online world. So I go buy like an MSI GS3750 Stealth. It's like a $3,000 computer. I'm like, this is going to help me. Should have went with Mac. But anyways, decide to get into this world, and I ended up just selling agency services for a Cairo agency to start out with. This kid he was my age, and he was doing 5-6 mil a year in Cairo, medical weight loss and body contouring. And he taught me like the sales process. And the whole thing was, hey, I'm going to come over here for a little bit. I'm going to make you some money. You're going to teach me what you know. And then I'm going to go do my thing on my own. And it was just very fair exchange off the jump. And I was just cold calling off of an Excel sheet people that were on Groupon running services. We would just call them and offer lead gen to them so they didn't have to pay Groupon. So I did that for a little bit, 6-7 months. At that point, I was ready, or I thought I was, to go launch my own agency. Launched an agency in the restaurant space, scaled it from 0 to 30K in 2 months. And then COVID happened, and I lost every single client in 3 days. So from there, I started selling.
Yeah, that's like the worst niche.
Oh, yeah, the worst one. Yeah, 100%. So we were doing well.
How did that feel? Were you just like, fuck?
Dude, you can't do anything. Like, they're closed.
Like, this sucks.
I'm not transitioning into the online, ordering side of things.
No, that would have been a bad decision, I feel like.
No. So we started selling steaks online when you couldn't buy meat in a supermarket. So we opened up a Shopify store, and we were slanging all high-end meats. We ran up...
Really?
Yeah, we ran up 60 grand in cash collected in 30 days. Then we got sued. There was a company... Yeah. There was a company called Steak Ager, the Steak Ager. They had a little mini fridge that they literally slapped their sticker on and said you can age steaks in it. The company of our name, or the name of our company, was the Steak Agers. So we sold aged steaks. So they shut us down, cease and desist. At that point, I didn't really know what to do. I had basic agency foundation, had a little bit of e-commerce foundation, and I got hit with one of your ads. And my thing at this point, I was going to go back into the restaurant. I was just, okay, COVID's, going to end, just waiting, right?
Didn't.
And
for a while.
Yep. So I needed appointments, and I could do really good fulfillment for my clients, but same problem the majority of agency owners have. Okay, cool. You can market this niche. Dude, you can't market yourself. You can't
it's
get
kind
appointments.
of interesting, right?
Very interesting. So you're trying to get clients doing X, Y, and Z, but you're going to run ads for everybody else, and that's how you're going to get them results for marketing, but you can't do that for yourself. Got hit with your ad, 100 appointments guaranteed. I'm like, dude, if I get 100 appointments, it's a wrap.
Over.
It's a wrap. I got the sales on lock. All I need are the appointments. Don't know how to run it. So
maybe I should relaunch that offer.
I think
again.
you should definitely relaunch that offer. Yeah.
That was probably our most, well, it's interesting because the 100 appointments guaranteed, we launched it during a time where there were more advanced agency owners, and it crushed. Like, we blew up. And then the only reason at that point we didn't scale past like $750K a month was because our ad accounts kept getting shut down and we could not figure it out. Now, your ad account goes down. I got connects at Facebook. I got crazy people on Skype that I could message and they could just go in there and unban my accounts. I've got these crazy plugs, but back then we lost a lot of progress and momentum because we couldn't keep running that offer through ads. And then, but what's interesting is there's been a shift in the agency space, a lot more beginners. So now our 5 clients guaranteed offer really took off because it speaks
That's
to
really
more of the
good.
Yeah, it speaks to more of the beginner as opposed to like someone like you that's like, give me 100 appointments. I can scale the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
So anyways, you saw the ad. And
so
then
I saw the ad. I've got no money at this point, like dead broke. And I have like one credit card left.
Were you spending all of your solar money?
I wasn't in solar at this point. I was in agency. So I took whatever money that I had when I left the alarms.
Alarms.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I lost my residual. I lost all my stock options, and I had whatever money I had in the bank. But you go through a year and a half of living, you're kind of dwindled down, especially after.
Yeah, and I've heard
taxes
it's a
and
big
everything.
problem in like the door-to-door industry. Everyone spends all their money.
Yeah, 100%. You're just a fool. Like I was 23, 24 years old. Like I blew a lot of it. And then the rest of it, I lived off. Like, dude, every single day, all I would do is buy courses, learn, watch YouTube, watch Google videos or look up stuff on Google, whatever. And it was just straight student of the game for a straight year and a half. But lifestyle didn't change at all.
Right.
So went through that savings a lot quicker. So now it's, July, and I'm pretty broke. July of 20, I'm pretty broke, and I have a credit card left with like a $3,000 limit. So I get your sales guy to break up the payment plan for the 10K offer into 4 payments of $2,500. We launch in the restaurant space after you guys tell me not to. I'm like, no, we'll go do it. Force my way into it. Shit the bed. And now I'm like dead broke, got to pay you guys, have like no clue what to do. And I'm like, you know what? My backup plan, if all of this failed, was to just go knock doors. I'd always known how much people had made in solar. And on average, a solar sales rep will make $5,000 to $10,000 on every single one of their deals. And I had a buddy that I used to work with back at the alarm company, and he had opened up his small dealer for solar. So I call him up and I'm like, hey man, let me come sell some solar for you, because my new idea is, okay, what does Joel and what does Sergio do over at Agency Lab? Well, they're a group of agency owners that have successfully scaled their own agencies to 100K a month, and they practice what they preach by teaching others how to do the same. And back in the day, it was called 7FA, 7-figure agency. So I'm like, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sell solar. I'm going to generate enough in commissions to where I'm on a 7-figure run rate to make 7 figures a year in commissions from selling solar. And then I'm going to go open up an agency and call it 7-figure solar. And I'm going to teach other people how to do the same thing. So I call up my buddy. I'm like, hey, let me come sell solar for you.
That's super interesting.
I go out, I sell 17 deals my first month, generate enough money in commissions for that run rate. Door to door. So that whole process, there was a little bit of a gap while I was figuring it out for a couple months. So this probably started end of October when I started selling solar. So I go out, drop deals, then I start working on, the systems, the fulfillment. I'm like, all right, I got to crack ads for this thing, because the whole thing was, okay, we're going to make a coaching program that makes you into a top performer when it comes to selling solar. And then we're going to couple it with preset booked appointments where you can just walk into people's homes and
So
close
it's a hybrid
deals.
of agency and coaching.
Hybrid of agency and coaching.
Smart.
So we pick up our first client from Instagram.
Which is what we did. Like for Atlas
that was the
Digital,
game.
even for my chiropractors, like we had coaching calls every single week. We had sales training every single week. And we did their ads. If you look at Gym Launch, what do? They run, people think that it's completely done with you. No, they'll set up your ads and put your systems in place to get your leads, and then they'll coach you on how to close. So,
well, look at the audience. Who's going to be buying my stuff? People like me that don't own a computer, that are tech illiterate. You think they're going to be able to go get into Facebook Ads Manager?
no. I've talked to some solar
Hell no.
guys. There's no way.
Dude, these guys couldn't find their way out.
Some do. But
No, bro. They couldn't find their way out of a wet paper bag with a hole in both ends when it comes to tech. Okay, can they close? Yeah, a lot of them can, but let's play in our lane. Let's double down on our strengths
So you're
and
like,
hire out our weakness, AKA, what's up? This is 7-figure solar.
So your plan was, what I love about you, man, and kind of your whole process, a few things so far. You're willing to kind of take a step back to take 3 steps forward. You've done that a few times in your journey. I think a lot of people are like, how do I make money right now? As opposed to like really thinking like, what's my best strategic move to make, right? You're playing chess as opposed to playing checkers. Most people are like, I just need to advance. And you're like, well, let me not make a move right now. And then I could like use my knight to go all the way across the board, right? So you're like, okay, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to build up 7-figure run rate in commissions. So now you could say you're a 7-figure solar rep. Now you have the brand. Now you have the authority. Now you have the social proof. You could say, hey, look, I did it for myself. So like there's no
What are you
debate
doing?
here. It's like if If I was a chiropractor and I scaled to $1 million, then I could be like, look, I use the system on myself. So if you don't trust me, then fuck off, because I have the proof.
This works.
I'm doing it, right?
Here you go. And on average, the solar reps are doing maybe 3, 4, 5 accounts a month. So my first month out the gate, you know, it's like what you said, you go gain that credibility, and now you've got that blueprint. This is what works. So we get our first client off of Instagram DMs, get a second client off Instagram DMs. I sell a PIF, my first package. I sold this guy at like, I think it was $3,500.
But now you're also doing the ads for them.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna go launch ads. So
you're like, hey, I've scaled as a sales rep to 7 figures. So now I'm gonna come in and say, hey, not only can I coach you on how to become a 7-figure sales rep, but I can also run your ads.
I'm gonna take you from knocking on doors to walking in homes, and I'm gonna
that
make
made
you
your
a better
offer even better
closer in the homes. Right. That's what the coaching was on, the sales, and then the product, the done for you, was the ads. So
the pitch was it was exactly what they wanted. I'm going to get you out of door to door, and look, I'm a 7-figure sales solar rep.
I'm going to goat you out. And you never have to knock another fucking door.
That's amazing, man.
So,
and I think this is a good moment for everyone watching or listening. Like, you have to really, SMMA agencies are not dead. Like,
no.
We had 2 students yesterday cross 100K a month in one day.
Come on.
And Angel Castillo, Nathan Bentley.
Come on.
And one in the fitness space, one in the Cairo space. So it's like
saturated niches, not dead.
Yeah, you just have to figure out how to be better, right?
Yeah.
Like you did. Were, instead of being like, hey, I'm going to be like every other solar agency, you're like, well, what if I actually play to my strengths, go sell solar for, a little bit, build up a 7-figure run rate, and then now I have on the most authority I'll need, you know, as much authority as I'll need to actually sell, and I can deliver a better product, a better experience to my clients.
Well, what you said is super crucial to what I did. Everybody in the solar space was offering leads. These door-to-door guys don't want to call leads. They want appointments. So that's what we launched heavy on, was appointments. That was the backbone of our offer. And, the marketing game is the marketing game. Everybody's modeling. That's just the game. So I modeled a couple different, like, you guys all use Facebook ads library. You can find
everyone does.
Everybody does. And if you're not, like, go do it, right? Because that's the game. You need to be modeling what's working. That was the first thing I ever learned.
So you went and studied ads?
Yes, I went and ripped ads, would see what worked, would then recreate the ads so that they were my ads. But, it's the same thing Russell Brunson would say, and what he said in his first presentation when I bought his stuff. Okay, they've got a girl with a red dress up there, and it's a green background, and there's a purple flower on the left. Okay, I'm going to go run this and see what it works. The exact same thing. For 2 to 3 days, let's run a test. Let's see if it works. Then I'm going to recreate that lander with another green background, a different purple flower, and a different girl in a red dress. It's mine. I'm going to go run that. So,
and then what you did is you innovated on the things around the ad.
Exactly. And what made us so different was our offer.
Because, by the way, the ad, generating anyone can fucking generate leads. Like, I could teach, I love you, Mom. I could teach you how to generate leads. It's like, I could teach my mom how to run some ads. Like,
not hard.
You could teach a kid how to run ads.
Not hard. But watch this Loom video.
Yeah, but the hard part is, how do you train someone to actually handle those leads and turn them from a lead into money?
Well, we went and opened up our own call center because we knew that the door-to-door guys weren't going to go call their own appointments. So we launched out the gate. So month 1, we did $3,900. I sold him the PIF for $3,900. Month 2, I picked up another guy.
$3,900. What was that for 1 month?
3 months. 3 months. Yep, $3,900, not including ad spend. So he paid his ad spend separate. Then second month, I went and picked up 2 additional clients, and we did $10K our second month, $12,000 our second month. Third month, we did 21. Fourth month, we did 81,000. And I remember, so my birthday's in April, and I remember I'm sitting at this steakhouse with my girlfriend at the time, and I'm pissed because I missed 7-figure run rate by like $2-3,000. But I'm also like, okay, I already know we're gonna mud it next month. Next month, 112. Month after that, 169. Month after that, 289. And from there, we just hung out around that 250 mark.
That's wild.
Yeah. So the difference was we catered to what they really wanted. It's like, okay.
So they all wanted a call center.
They didn't want to do the work. They just want to walk into the home. So it's like, okay, we're going to make you a great salesperson so that you close more of the appointments that we're giving you. And if you're closing more, making more money, why would you leave? And then in addition to that, we're going to have better fulfillment by knowing that you're not going to do the work, outsourcing it for $5, $6 an hour to VAs in Bogota, in Colombia, in Mexico, and having them call your leads for you, book them on your schedule, and you are just spending all of your time walking in and out of homes. That was the game.
So the offer was, I've scaled my sales, to 7 figures in the solar game. I'm going to teach you how to do the same. I'm going to generate your leads.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put a call center in place to turn those leads into appointments. And then because I've been able to scale this to 7 figures, I'm going to show you how to do the same and turn those appointments into money.
Right. And all we're doing is running our same offer at a higher scale.
Did you have a guarantee?
Oh, of course. 25 appointments or your money back plus $500. So when everybody else is offering leads, I'm offering appointments. And who do you think
guess
got
you
the
could have.
business?
You could have. Now, if you had to go back in the game, would you have offered something like deals guaranteed?
No, never, because you can't track it.
No.
Can't track. You can only guarantee what you can prove to be true without having to go to an external source to validate.
I like that.
Because then you can hold them accountable, the clients accountable, to the results that you can prove. So we wouldn't guarantee sits because we don't know. You think we're going to hire people and call these homeowners and find out if they sat with you? No, but I'm going to download a report from freaking HighLevel that shows you that you have this many appointments set.
Right.
That takes 2 seconds. And I can prove that. Here's the conversations. It's in your CRM. You can see it. You own the data.
Yeah, and you had the
what-
call recordings.
Yeah, back what you can back. Don't go, no, I would never do it off deals. ever.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I was thinking, how to help people get deals. You could, you're much more capable of delivering on that result than most people. So why
Right.
not play that? But you still don't want it because you lose control.
You lose control.
Okay, and then what was your pricing as far as at the end? At the peak of your agency, how much were you selling this for?
$5,000 was our entrance package, 2,500 management, 2,500 ad spend. Then we went
Per
to
month?
per month. Yeah, per month. Everything month to month. 1 day cancellation.
Really?
Yep. $5,000, 30-day contract, auto renew. That was our.
So
model.
you got away from the PIFs.
We didn't do a lot of PIFs, no, because once again, barrier to entry. Hey, come try us out. We're gonna slap you with 25 appointments. Let's see what you do. And the thing is it's like our cost of acquisition.
You made it easy for people to say yes.
Dude, our offer was so good. Our cost of acquisition to acquire a client was sub $300.
That's right.
So it's like, okay, even if you take the agency side of the revenue, the 2,500, okay, cool. We are all into this customer after processing for, we're keeping 21.5. You've got 100 clients, 60 clients. Our peak was, we had 100 clients one time, but we hovered right around that 70, 80 active clients a month. So it's like, we're doing just fine, right? We have good sized staff. Our biggest expense was our call center, all VA, had a couple media buyers, had project managers or account managers, had account managers, had an ops manager, and had sales guys. So it's like, once we do that first deal, if we get them for the second, third month, fourth month, our profit's good. And do you think that they stayed on that same package after they crushed? No, they either crushed and went up, or they sucked, didn't get results, and left. And then we just
so if
replaced
they did
them.
well, what was the?
Oh, they'd go
did you
right to
upsell
10.
them?
Yeah, they'd go right to 10 grand the next month, and then after 10 grand, we'd go to 20 grand with a fee plus a percentage of ad spend.
Really? Yeah. So after they paid you $5,000 a month, how did you upsell them? Did you sell them a new product, a new service, or was it just more of the same?
No, it was definitely just more of the same. And I think that that's one thing that so many different agency owners, especially in the beginning, mess up on. They try to have all these different offerings. Stay in your lane. Get really good at one thing, because all you're going to do with your clients that are having results is get them more results if you want to scale the easiest way possible. So that's what we did. So right from $5,000, they'd go to 10 grand. After 10 grand, they go to 20 grand. After 20 grand, they'd go to a management fee plus a percentage of ad spend.
That's really smart. I think that's a huge golden nugget for anyone listening or watching. Like that's probably tactics wise, it's probably the biggest golden nugget that I've gotten today. And it's this idea that most people just charge, let's say, $1,500 or $2,500 plus ad spend, but no one tries to grow with the client. I mean, I guess you are, because in the solar niche, like people want more and more appointments, but and obviously you brought that innovation to the table. But like, dude, even a chiropractor would want to scale more, but like even I didn't offer that. Like, imagine if when I had over 200 chiro clients, I said, hey, we'd love to actually take the top 20% and scale you guys, and I just doubled my retainer just for scaling their ad spend.
Just for
I
scaling.
was already doing it.
Yeah, instead of trying to go figure out recruiting, which is another
big
problem
benefit,
right? And we tried that. Instead of trying to go do recruiting, learn
as
how
a
to
service.
market it, as a service, and try to go do another thing, go take your clients that you already have and just keep running it up with them, right? Go take them from spending $2,500 to spending $4 grand. Let them
charge a little more.
Charge a little more. Yeah, you're doing more work. And let them understand, hey, you're going to get appreciated results. So you're not going to hang out at a $50 appointment cost or a $15 lead, whatever your niche is. Your results are going to go up, but you're paying for more, right? So take your margin, take your ad spend. You're just going to get a little bit more. You're going to spend another $1,500 with me. You're going to pay me another $500 to do it, or whatever your pricing model ends up working out to be once you pencil it. But you're going to go get more of what you already want. That's why they came to you in the first place.
That's really, yeah.
That's why they are here right now.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's why they signed your contract and paid.
So everyone watching or listening, if you have clients that are crushing it, you should go to them right now and be like, yo, let's double ad spend immediately. And then just charge, even if you charge an extra $1,000 a month, you're already doing it. Like
you're not doing anything more. You're raising your budget on Facebook, bro. Like, come on. So, and like another thing is like, if you're at the point where it's like, hey, I'm full, I can't take on any more clients in XYZ area, instead of going to offer a new project, you need to go figure out a new platform. You need to go scale horizontally, not vertically, because you're going to hit a cap eventually for that market. You can only have so many clients. And this is one problem that I see with so many agencies. Okay, we bring on a client in Dallas, Fort Worth. Client number one, awesome results. Bring on another client, Dallas, Fort Worth, awesome results. Bring on a third client, all results go to average. Then you bring on a fourth client, all results go to poor. Then all 4 clients leave. Now you're in the churn. Now you're back at square one, hiring on a new client in Dallas, Fort Worth. What do you think is going to happen? Client number 1, great results. Client number 2, great results. Client number 3, average.
So you're just competing against yourself.
Exactly. Versus,
so what did you do?
Finding your max that you can maintain high performance in particular area. Let's say it's 2, right? In that example, client number 1, great results. Client number 2, great results. We're both on Facebook at this point. I'm going to go bring on a third client in Dallas, Fort Worth, but I'm going to put them on Google. TikTok now has DMA. I'm going to now put my 4th client on TikTok. Now I'm scaling horizontally across all of my platforms. If you're
what if one client wants more of the platforms?
Cool. That's going to cost you more money. You want exclusivity? It ain't $1,000 anymore for additional ad spend. Now it's $5 grand.
I love that.
Come on, somebody. Right? Who are the easiest people to sell? The people that you've already sold. So maybe instead of trying to get multiple clients and running that first example, keep scaling with that one client. Bring them up to 2 clients worth of ad spend in that one area. Then bring them up to another client's worth of ad spend in Google. Then bring them up to another client's worth of ad spend on TikTok and charge them for the exclusivity of the market. Because if it is working, why would they want to leave? And they're going to pay for it to keep working. Nobody wants to lose the thing that's working for their business. So if you have them by the balls, because you're the one that's funneling that much revenue into their business to where they have doubled their ad spend on one platform and added 2 additional platforms, you can now charge even more because
And then will you start doing rev share
No,
after
because
that?
you can't track. Don't trust them. Run your play.
Oh, but you did do percentage of ad spend.
Yeah, I'll do percentage of ad spend. Yeah, I'll do rev share on
track that.
You can track that. Easy. Run what you can track is my opinion. You know, like
No, I love that,
I've
man.
heard some people have success with rev share. I just want the control. I want to know I'm not relying on you. I don't want access to your CRM. I don't need another system to learn. These are my systems. These are what we're using, and we're just going to do more of that.
What I really also like about your approach, here's another golden nugget that you haven't stated, but I've just observed. You're very clear with, this is what we do. This is how we play the game. And if you come in to work with us, you're playing in our arena. We're not going to go and play in yours. And I think like one of the lessons that I learned early on in the agency game is that you have to be very strict with your clients, right? Like when clients would come to me and they'd be like, Joel, I want to change the offer. I would be like, look, at the end of the day, it's your business. We can change the offer all you want. But the moment we change it, I am not responsible for the lack of results. I'll run it, but I have a very strong feeling results are going to go down. And if they do, I don't want you to come and blame me. So I was very upfront about that. And it sounds like you set really good expectations and boundaries with clients around, hey, this is what we do. This is how it works. You either want it or you don't.
I did. And we would lose clients. Do not get it twisted. We would lose clients in our world mainly because the reps weren't as good as they believed themselves to be. And that's fine.
That's entrepreneurship.
I'm willing. Yeah, that's part of the game. But I'm willing to.
It's like the realtor that tells you, "Yo, if you put me in front of 10, I'll close 9."
Bro,
like,
realtors.
Dude, the best sales reps would never tell you they'll close 9 out of 10. That's just so fucking unrealistic.
Bro, I believe in God, so He's my protector. And if I get canceled for this, that's fine. But realtors are the worst salespeople to ever exist on this planet, and I don't care who hears it. They are just trash. Like, sorry, dude, you sell somebody a house.
It's a fly-by-night business for most people. There are some great realtors.
For sure.
You know, Ryan Serhant, like, he's a great realtor. You know, he sells.
Can't hate.
Yeah,
can't hate.
You know, 8-9-figure properties, but the majority of people do it as a kind of like I don't know what I want to do in my life, so I became a realtor.
I'm gonna go make money.
Yeah. So, let's take a step back. So you first, before anything, did door to door for a while, for a few years, right? And then after that, you went and worked at an agency before you actually started your own. Do you think most beginners should do that? Like, do you think, because there's no denying that helped you out. Like, you already knew how to sell for the most part. So, and I believe that's where most beginners struggle, right? When they run their agencies. So if you had to go back, like, would you do that again? Or if you were 21, would you say, no, I'm going to start my agency day one?
I would do it again because, and this is the majority of people's problems, everybody wants that instant gratification. Nobody is willing to go play that long game and go through that delayed gratification, which is more fulfilling and which has so much more longevity than going and doing something, failing, which is an amazing way to learn, but if you go and burn enough people, it's kind of tough to come back from that. So it's like, I don't want to go lose people money. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to sleep well at night. I want to know that my product is good. Yeah, I want to make money at the end of the day, but what's a 6-month, 7-month little paid internship that's going to give me all the resources that I need, money to live on, time to keep learning, going to ultimately do for my longevity when it comes to the success?
So you don't regret not starting earlier?
No, I don't. No, not at all.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people on the internet see these crazy success stories and they're like, I'm 17. Why am I not a millionaire? And it's like, it takes time, like and when there's people that come into the agency game and they fail and they're like, oh my God, now I can't be a millionaire. And I'm like, you're looking at it through a lens that's too narrow. It's too short term. Like, if you expand the time horizon, like, most millionaires didn't become millionaires through their first go at business or at.
Cuban says it really well. You only got to be right once.
Yeah. And I think that, I think it's cool, man, that you took your time before you jumped into entrepreneurship.
Well, there's so many foundational skills you need to learn. Like, okay, you're going to go sell a $5,000 program, but you can't fulfill on it. and you have no confidence in it, how the hell do you think you're going to get somebody to buy that? You got to go learn how to talk to these people. Okay, if you're not good at talking to people and you're a back-end tech dude and you're great with media buying and blah, 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 you go partner up with somebody that's good at sales. I think that in certain cases, it makes sense to not go do what I do or do what I did as far as going and learning everything. But I didn't have a partner when I started it. I knew how to sell, but I didn't know how to sell this. And I knew that there were people out there doing it. So why wouldn't I just take in the long run, shortcut to learning and the least expensive way of doing it, go get the information and apply what works off the jump, going back to, once again, the beginning of this conversation, funnel hacking.
Yeah. Do you think that it's almost like success hacking?
Yeah. Like, we're just going to run the same fucking play right up the middle.
And just do it better.
We're just going to run it up the middle. Like, you don't have to be Tom Brady. You just got to be like Phillips Rivers and be able to like make it to the playoffs and throw a touchdown pass. Like, that's all we're doing.
You're still going to be a millionaire.
You're still going to be great, bro. Like,
yeah, you might not be the greatest of all time, but
no,
that's fine.
But at least you're in Italy. Come on, somebody.
That's hilarious, man. That's really funny. So when you started out, you said you did Instagram DMs to get clients. Tell me about that. Were you just like, hey, this is my results, what I've been able to do? Would you want to learn more? Or was it like, what was your kind of approach to the outreach?
Dude,
do you remember? I mean,
I'm trying to think. So the reason I did it was because that's what you guys told me to do. And I couldn't afford ads at that point. So I did that, got money from that first client and that second client on DMs, and then dumped it into ads. I didn't go to dinner.
Okay, so you didn't spend...
No, I went and dumped it into ads, and I got enough money to where I had $3,000, and I spent $3,000 in a month, and cash collected, agency fee alone, we collected $22K or 21.5. We collected 21.5 that 3rd March. So I flipped the 3 Gs into the 21, and then I took the 21 and flipped it into the 82.
Okay,
81.
so you were always in the mindset of like, let me reinvest right back.
Yeah, and that's probably one thing that I wish I at some point stopped doing and took a little bit of the fruit that grew from doing all that work and lived on and kind of hovered out in my little area and moved a little slower. Like, everybody wants to get rich so quick. And that is just such a mistake, because when you're moving so fast, you make so many mistakes. And if I would have hung out around the 100-something K level for a little bit longer, I think we would have been more profitable.
Really?
In the long run. Yeah, 100%, because our systems would have got better. We would have got better on other platforms, and we wouldn't have needed so much staff that we had to pay to do things that systems could have done. And I don't think that it would have inhibited the business growth in the long term. I think it would have just made the foundation that much stronger in the long term.
So this has been super fucking valuable. I want to do some rapid fire tactics questions. So if you're starting out from scratch, how do you get your first client?
Do you have money?
Answer it if you have money and if you don't have money.
If you have money, you run ads. If you do not have money, I would probably pick up the phone, because I'm good on the phone. If not, play the Instagram game and go get DMs. But I would probably run ads if I had money.
Would you go into the solar niche if you had to start over? Would you pick? Actually, let me ask a different way. If you had to pick a different niche that's not restaurants or solar, what niche would you pick right now?
I'd pick plumbing.
Plumbing.
They make bank.
Really?
And think about it. They're tech illiterate. Like, these plumbers, what do? They bang.
Fix stuff.
You don't pay the plumber to bang on the pipes. You pay him because he knows where to bang. That's what he does. So just go help him get more pipes to bang on, and you will run it.
I don't know why that sounds so weird. Oh, man.
Yeah, I would pick plumbing 100%, bro.
All right, that was a really good answer, honestly.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, Cairo. I'm like, dude, you're just saying that because I did Cairo. But what's another one? That was a really good answer, so I'm going to double down.
Another one? Oh, do I know how to run ads?
Sure.
Oh, man. I'd go run ads for people that are trying to start agencies.
Really?
No, I'm just playing.
That's a good one.
No. You want to look for people
It's tough, though. A lot of agency, again, it's like with agency owners, man, these people really want to crush it, really want to win. But the biggest challenge with agency owners is that they still have so much to learn. You know, it's not like a plumber's been in business now for what, 5-10 years, maybe even longer. Agency owners, for the most part, have been in business for less than a month.
Dude, I got it. All right, this is what I would do. I'd do either plumbers or I'd do people that sell water softeners. Those people
Water
bank.
softeners?
Oh my gosh, they bank. And you can just
What is a water softener?
Dude, it's like a $5,000, $4,000, $3,000, $8,000 like thing that people put in their homes. I'd rock that. I almost launched another
Is it
agency.
like a filtration system?
I literally almost launched another agency a few months ago, but I decided not to get the shiny object syndrome. I was praying through it hard, and I feel like
But you're going to
got
do
shut down for a
water
reason.
filtration.
Bro, I would have scaled this heavier than 7-figure solar.
7-figure
Off
water
game.
softener?
No, I'll tell you the name because I own it. It was called Liquid Profits.
Damn, that's
Damn.
good.
And I would run that up, bro, because I would run it up. You can literally just.
But what is a water softener?
I don't. It softens the water and makes it clean. I don't know.
So it's like a service.
Yeah, kinda. It's a machine, and then you do sell service. So the company gets FSR, and they get the big high ticket sale off the jump. So it's really easy to make these people money.
Okay, so they're essentially you go into someone's house and you put in like a system to filter and soften the water.
That's right, and they love them.
That's probably the best. What niche should I pick answer I've ever gotten.
Yeah, I would.
I've asked that on a lot of episodes.
I would run that, 100%.
Everyone's like dental. That was really good, man. Okay, let's say you're at 10K a month. What's the biggest thing that holds people back from getting to 100K a month from your perspective? Sales.
Yeah, you got to be able to sell. That's it. Like,
How do you get better at sales?
You buy courses and then you go take opportunities, meaning you go get people on your schedule to
practice.
Sell. And what you do, this is the biggest golden nugget when it comes to sales for this podcast, you write out your pitch and you go camera off if you're on Zoom, or you go camera on if you're our Zoom, and you have two monitors. You have your demo deck on your left monitor, and you have your script on the monitor right here, and you have your camera right here. So it looks like you're talking to the customer the whole time while you're taking them through the demo, but you're literally just reading out your script. And you make this script so good that you don't have to worry about what to say on the call, and you're just taking them through a process. That's how I did it.
Dude, no way.
Yeah, I just wrote out my script, and I would just read on Zoom right there. And like Joel, how many? You know, what is average agency ticket right now? Like for what are people selling clients at? 3,500.
We tell. It depends. Beginners, I tell them to start out by offering free trials, test drives, or free services to get their foot in the door to build confidence, right?
Sure.
That's the biggest thing that we were
Whether
talking
they
about.
keep the client or not, they get the testimonial, or they at least have results.
And they have the confidence, like, hey,
Yeah.
this isn't scary. I could talk to people. If they already have a few of those, I tell them to charge a basic $1,500 to $2,500 a month retainer, and then once they're intermediate to advanced, we actually teach them to go and sell PIFs. So $6,000 to $10,000 for like a 3 or 4 month package.
So $1,500, $2,500 is what you're selling if you're at 10K?
Yeah.
Okay, so all you need to do is you need to go sign 10 clients, 15 clients in a month. That's 3 clients a week, 4 clients a week on the high end. You need to go sell 3 out of 5 days a week. You need to get one person to take your offer. You need to have 5 appointments, 6 appointments on your calendar every single day. And then all you need to do once you get them on there is have a really good offer for them and have a really good script that you're just going to read down to where you ask them for the close. Because you don't have to be good at sales at that point. All you're doing is reading. You don't have to be goated. You don't have to be good. You don't have to deal with anything. All you're doing is hunting laydowns. That's why we have 6 appointments a day. We're looking for our 1 laydown. 2 of these guys are going to no-show. I have 4 people that sit. Cast those numbers out over the course of the week. I had 20 people that sit. All I need to do is sell 3. I need to close at 15%. I need to find 3 freaking laydowns a week. And the way that you do that is you buy your business. You go dump every single fucking penny that you made last month into ads. You don't go buy Lululemon. You don't go buy Louis Vuitton. You made 10 grand last month. You are not rich. Go buy media. Go get people on your schedule. Go run up 25K the next month, run it right back the next month, but with another sales guy, and drop 50K in that month. And now you're 10 plus your 25 plus your 50, you're doing $85,000 a month. You have a 7-figure agency, and you have my blessing to go buy yourself a $500 fucking Louis Vuitton belt.
That's hilarious and amazing. I kind of just want to clap for that.
That's what I did. You know,
that
so
was beautiful, man.
Just
that was
you the
beautiful.
playbook.
You're kind of speaking everything that's always on my mind. That's amazing. I think when you are starting out, if you don't have sales experience, do you think, like, let's say you're starting an agency from scratch, you don't have sales experience, would you tell someone to go and get a sales job first? Because I feel like that's a way to accelerate learning, right?
How real do you want me to get?
Real, yeah. No,
like real?
Yeah.
Dude, I would funnel hack the shit out of it. I would go take calls with other agencies, and I would see how they're selling, and I'd find the best script, and then I would write out my script, and I would write out my offer, and I would make my offer better or
that's
equal
really
to
smart,
the best
man.
person.
Like Sam Walton used to spy on all his competitors, you know? It's like,
why would you not? Like, take sales calls. Ask them. You don't know how to handle objections? Tell them you want to think about it. See what they say. Find the best person that handles it, record it on your phone, and then go tweak it, make it your own, make it fit your personality, write it out, and then read it. And the way that you get to read it is you go spend money to get people on your schedule that you can then read it to, and then you sign the DocuSign.
that's amazing, man. So you would literally, just to be clear, you would be doing your demo presentation on Zoom and but you'd have your script. But how would they?
2 monitors. So my monitor on my left has my demo presentation, my slideshow deck. My monitor in front of me has my Google Docs script.
So you're not seeing the demo.
No, it tells me where to click in my script. It says click, so I click.
So you're like,
I don't have to worry about anything.
So we've got 2 options. Click.
Yeah.
Option 1.
Yeah. Go to next slide. Click. You know, like all I'm doing is just clicking or hitting the down arrow.
So then
on my
all
button.
of your demos would be perfect every time.
Flawless.
Wow, that's really, because what we've taught is you have a perfect discovery call, which I think is the 80-20, right? Like getting to know their pain points, what their desires are, you know, creating a gap between where they're at, where they want to go, making them realize they have a problem, and then placing your solution as the key to solving that problem. And then you get to the demo, and it's more to check things off. So we actually take the emphasis off of the demo, but I like that you actually are putting the emphasis on the demo.
Mine was exactly flipped. So my discovery, I'm like, I'm not really disqualifying or qualifying these people. I'm just asking them questions to get them familiarized with, or get familiarized with where they're at. And then I think one thing that kills a lot of those closes, and this is why we made the switch, is scheduling that demo out. So I would book 15-minute intros on my schedule, and I'd leave a 45-minute gap after that. And once I concluded the intro, I'd be like, okay, great. So the next step is for me to get on a Zoom, share my screen with you. We're going to walk you through the exact process that we've used to help 300 solar companies. We're going to walk you blah, 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 blah. We're going to show you exactly what we're going to do to scale your business and how we're going to get you 25 appointments every single month.
Which, by the way, I give all those scripts, the demo presentation for free, you know, on YouTube. So you guys should go check it out.
100%. Check it out. I literally took his demo deck, did the same thing that you guys are taught to do.
But you put a script behind it, which is
I put a script
fucking amazing.
And then I would go right from that intro onto that Zoom same time and close right then and there, because that's when their emotion is the highest.
Okay, so it was really a one call close.
100%.
For the most part.
100%. We're going for one call close. And then here's another massive nugget for you guys. If you guys are running auto booked appointments, like people that just book on your schedule for intro calls, you need to call them when they book, and you need to run demo right then and there. Here's the thought and the mythology behind it. Door-to-door rep goes out to turf, goes out to his neighborhood, gets his face kicked in, gets into his car to eat, to take a piss on a bottle, to grab a drink of water, hit his vape, whatever he's doing. He gets on Instagram. He gets hit with my ad. He gets to see what it would be like if he didn't have to knock on doors. He clicks. He fills out a form, becomes a lead. He then books an appointment for tomorrow to talk to us. I want to call homie right now while he's sitting in his car, hating his life, knocking doors, and get him to swipe his credit card. And then he's going onto an onboarding call the next day instead of a demo call.
That's really smart. Yeah, I think we teach the same process. Treat booked appointments like opt-ins that never booked.
100%.
So if someone opted in,
instantly.
didn't book, what would you normally do? You'd call them within 5 minutes to get them to book.
Yeah.
So it's like we tell people, hey, treat booked appointments as leads that you have to dial.
Yeah. 100%.
And everyone's like, how do I increase show-up rate?
Call.
Yeah, it's like,
now.
Increase show-up rate. It's like, well, let's think about it. Let's say that guy in the car who is door-to-door sales rep, he's questioning his life. He's like, do I really want to fucking do this?
Oh.
Like, which most door-to-door, from what I've heard, like it's brutal, you know?
That's tough.
And you have to like just know your numbers, get good at just continuing to show up, put the reps in. And you get, I think it's also tough because it's all outbound, right? So at least when they're not running ads. So
Right.
a lot of people don't even want to hear your pitch.
No.
You know, it's not like they booked on your calendar for you to show up at their house.
Yep.
You're kind of intruding, you know, their day. So
Yeah.
it's tough. It's a hard, it's a hard sale. And I think that guy sitting in his car, he's questioning his reality. He's like, do I really want to do this? Like, fuck this shit. That's really what he's thinking. Fuck
100%.
this.
Fuck this. That's why I'm in my car.
Yeah. He's scrolling. And then let's say that the appointment was 5 days later. Okay. Let's just play that out. So he books the appointment 5 days later. Within those 5 days, let's say on Friday he was going to go out with his friends and he had a great time. Let's say they were going to a Rockies game. They want to watch some baseball, even though they suck.
See the most losingest team in baseball. Come on.
But they still had a good time. Let's say Saturday, that's Friday night. Saturday happens, you know, he goes to the gym, gets a good workout in, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he watches a movie at night, chill. Sunday night, gets prepped for the next day. Now he's got a little bit more energy. He's had, you know, a day or two to kind of reset, cool off. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go for the door-to-door game. I'm going to really try my best. The appointment is on Monday, right, or Tuesday.
Yeah.
By then, he's already forgotten about the pain he was in. You know, like, I'm sure everyone's been through this when you're in a painful state and you're like, fuck, I got to solve this problem. And then time goes by and things get better, you know, and sometimes they do get worse and fuck it. That's the person that's going to show up to the appointment 5 days later and buy. But for most of us, life moves on. And after your workout, you're like, you know what? I'm going to get back out there. You know, after the endorphins are high, you're feeling good. You're like, you know what? I'm going to get back on the turf and keep knocking. But at that point, we've lost them.
No booking over 72 hours.
Yeah.
48 hours is the max cap. And if you don't let them book same day appointments, like, you got to let them book the same days. Those are the hottest ones. That's what we wreck on right now is same day. Everything is same day.
Really?
Oh, dude, we mutt same day. Like right now, like we're selling $100,000 deals over the phone, same day appointment.
Wow.
Same day.
That's crazy.
Speed to lead, bro.
Yeah, I think that's...
Do you know when the best time to call is?
Right, as soon as they come in?
Right now. Yeah. It's always
not
the best time
within
to call.
5 minutes.
No, right now.
Yeah, I think like in a perfect world, it's like as soon as they book, they get a call.
Dude, I would literally be at dinner with my girlfriend at the time and would walk outside and call leads.
You know, I used to like let life happen to a certain degree. And there's this guy that came through our program, Dan Tiemann and Colin Butterfield, and they actually scaled a 7-figure agency in the physical therapy niche. And we're in Vegas. I think it was for 10X actually. And we're in Vegas, and we're at this like big food, what's it called? Where there's all the different restaurants, whatever. It's really fucking loud. Really loud. Like, you got the machines from the casino. Mm-hmm. You got hundreds of people. It's really loud. Mm-hmm. He gets a lead, picks up the phone, calls him. I'm like, There's background. Like if I'm thinking sales game, like I would not be in my zone. There's so many distractions, so much noise. Like, and he's talking to a doctor. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to call him within 5 minutes. So I think that's the energy that you need. That's the mindset that you need to have.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm not actually preaching grind. I actually preach the exact opposite. That's been one of the biggest changes in my life in the past year is moving from striving to thriving. But it's doing the next right thing in the next right way. And a more mature Gabriel at this point, I probably wouldn't walk out if I was on a dinner date with my girlfriend and call a lead. But if I'm in Vegas with you guys and I got something that I need to do, I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to do it with a grateful heart.
Colin wasn't with his girlfriend. It was just like...
And I think that, you know, that's one thing that so many agency owners also struggle with is that balance of their time. Everybody wants to be like, oh, no, you got to grind, screw balance, blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, if you don't have margin in your life, you are not set up for longevity. And you need to move into a place from striving to thriving.
Yeah, I would actually agree. And I think that's a great point to wrap up on. Like, I think I tell people go all in, like, you know, do whatever it takes to win. But like, for example, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they still had a lot of sleep. They still got to rest. You know, they still, you know, there's a scene in The Last Dance. Michael Jordan tells Phil Jackson, the team needs a break. We need to go play golf. So it's like, you got to do you as well. Like it's, when I say go all in, I mean, don't have 4 business models.
Right.
And shiny object syndrome. Right. And as soon as it gets hard, you're like, oh, I'm going to switch niches. When I say go all in, I mean, hey, if you're afraid to talk to someone on the phone, pick up the fucking phone. I don't mean work yourself to death. I think it's more of like a mindset of doing the things that you're scared of and committing to the plan more so than just working yourself to death. Like, I think when people hear this, like, do whatever it takes to win, go all in. I think what they think is like, I can't sleep. I can't even work out. You know, it's like,
I gotta grind.
And you do have to work really fucking hard. But if that's all it was, then people that would work really hard, you know, that work as like a dishwasher, it would be millionaires. So it's not, when I say go all in, I'm saying, okay, you're afraid to do sales, go do sales.
Get uncomfortable.
Yeah. Or, hey, you don't want to call the lead within 5 minutes because you don't want to come off the wrong way and you don't want to interrupt someone's day and you have to deal with that insecurity. That's what I'm saying. Hey, go all in on. Face your fucking fear and do the thing. Or if for you, the thing holding you back is that as soon as things get hard, you switch niches, right? Which is like for a lot of people. It's like, that's when I'm saying go all in. So I don't know if that resonates with you.
It does. And
you still have to work really hard, but I think it's when I say like...
You just got to do the next right thing in the next right way with a grateful heart, dude. Like, give all the glory to God and just go to work, but also have margin. Like, go, like, dude, you just work 6 days. You can relax on Sunday. Like, you can. It's going to make you better for the next week.
Yes. There was one of my business partners in another business was like, yo, I need a day off, but we need to get new ads out. The problem is we've been so fucking busy and we need new creatives. He's like, I'll do it on Sunday. And I was like, no, you're not allowed to do it on Sunday because you just told me you needed a day off. And here's what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Let's say he doesn't take that day off and he shows up, works on a Sunday. And now he's gone for like the week before. So that was like, I guess 7 days straight, right?
Going into next week. Yeah, he's about to go 12 straight.
Yeah, exactly. And then he will work Saturday. So it's like potentially 12 days straight. Then last time he did this, he got sick for 2 weeks. So then it's like, okay, you saved 1 day of more, you added an extra day of working, but you potentially lose out on 2 good weeks where you were sick and you felt like shit and then you lost momentum. That used to happen
to me all the time. So that's what I refuse. One of my mentors, he's done a lot on me the past couple of years, year and a half, and implementing margin into my life is just such a big thing. And like, you got to have boundaries. Like, no, dude, we're not doing a call on Sunday. We're not doing it. Don't text me on Sunday. You can talk to me on Monday. You can text me Monday morning at 7 a.m.
Or if you text me, I just won't text back.
I'm on DND. Like, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, and you know, there's seasons too, right? Like if you just start this is something that I read a long time ago. I forget which book, but it's like There's seasons.
Facts.
For even outside of entrepreneurs, let's say you're getting a new 9 to 5, you're gonna work harder those first few months, to show to the team, hey, like this is who I am, this is what I'm capable of. So it's like you might work more weekends during that era, but to do it forever you're gonna kill yourself.
It's not sustainable. You're going to add more complications and have poorer results over a long run if you keep that up for as long as you can. You're going to burn out.
Yeah, I tell people, like, if you don't have the time to work out for at least 45 minutes a day, get 8 hours of sleep, and eat well, like
you're doing it wrong.
You're actually going to get less output.
100%.
Like if you're on 4 hours of sleep, like unless you're Tony Robbins and you were born with like whatever extra, some crazy shit.
Not me. Couldn't be me in 2023.
Yeah, or that guy Brian Johnson, is that his name? The guy that's planning to live forever.
Oh.
Well, he actually tells you to sleep a lot. So he's like, anyways, Gabriel, it's been amazing having you. Any final words of wisdom? And then where can people find you if they want to follow you, if they want to
just hit me on my Instagram at Gabe Pfeiffer. And
we'll link it below as well.
As far as final thoughts go, all I did was plug into your system. It set me off. There's a reason you're the coach. There's a reason I was the student at the time. There's a reason you guys are watching his content. There's a reason why you've paid him money. You're not paying him money or watching his content or his team's content to tell him how to do his job. If you want to have success, take the playbook and run it up the middle. That's all I got for you guys. Much love.